Well, time's up. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So as you can see, I'm sure you could already tell by the title, this is a study with me, but it's gonna be a weeknight edition. And as you can see, I have my bonnet on. That means it's in the evening, which makes sense because it's like 10 p.m. if you can, according to my Apple Watch. This is basically part of my nightly routine. So it's just me showing you what I usually do after classes, or if I have an IA coming up. But in this case, I have an IA coming up, so I'm just gonna run you through the stuff I use when I study and how I go about it, basically. Also, check out my pajamas. Cute. Alright, so here's some basic things that I have, because right now I'm coming to study criminal law. So what I have is, I have a textbook here. I have a that I make references to. It's not part of our reading syllabus, but it does pay to read wide. Second of all, how are you a law student if you don't have your constitution? Yeah, the Ghanaian ones, for those who are my non-Ghanaian viewers who are watching. Thirdly, I have my case book to make some references to and to point out the cases and the principles. And for class, for criminal, it's compulsory that we have to get this one. And these side notes are in pink because I usually color code criminal law red, but I couldn't find anything red yet, so pink it is. Also, my water bottle. Actually, it's a flask. Stay hydrated, y'all. Let's not forget my planner. So because my IA is coming up, I am, juggling work and everything. I planned, this week, my study focus is criminal law because that's the midterm that I'll be taking this weekend. So because it's this weekend, I've sectioned it that each day would have a day dedicated to, like, as you can see, I said the focus. So the focus of the study, and then just going through it, running through it and all. So, and then the day of reckoning. And also my pens, some of my highlighters too. This is not all of them though. Headphones to listen to. I usually listen to classical music or white noise or lo-fi when I study. So on the topic of studying music, I usually go for like lo-fi, classical music or white noise. It's preferable to use instrumental music because if I use my favorite songs with lyrics, I'll end up mumbling and jamming to it, and that can be very distracting. So here's a list of study beats you can use, which is mostly lo-fi. Feel free to find the ones that work for you. You can try them all till you figure out which ones work for you. Now here's the study beats I'm using at the moment whilst I'm curating my own playlist for now, and it's mostly instrumental, so here are all the lists where you can feel free to listen. I also use Spotify, so that way you can also type in study music, deep focus. It's loading, and it's deep focus where it's just mostly instrumental, or ocean sounds, white noise, lo-fi. You can also check them out on YouTube if you don't use Apple Music or Spotify. And here's a list that you can use. No, I'm not being sponsored by Apple Music and Spotify. This is just by the way. So have fun studying. And most importantly, my exercise book where I do my personal studies in. Although I usually type my notes in class, but I usually do some personal study to help. Flashcards that I can carry around. To set the tone, I usually set some music, play some music, and to avoid any distractions, I often record myself studying to avoid being distracted and reaching for my phone. So that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing today. So let's roll. Now, another reason why I tend to record myself when I study, besides the fact that it stops me from, constantly reaching for my phone, is because I get to see when and how I get distracted. So because it's night time, you can see I look a little tired. I'm scratching my head a bit. And as you can tell from my eyes, I'm looking kind of sleepy. So I still try to push forward and push through, and I can watch those back and figure out, okay, how do I not get distracted even without my phone in sight. So yeah. Okay, so I've just done 2 hours of studying. It's almost midnight, but because of other things I ended up starting a bit later, so I'm gonna give myself just some extra 20 minutes before I'm really done. So, water break. Now just walk around, stretch a bit, just just stretch myself a bit, and then I'll continue with the final lap. So, time to get back to work. Also, as you can see here, it seems like I'm writing out my notes. Obviously, I'm not writing out everything. I'm just writing out the key points. And of course, I'm looking through my case books to make references to the cases. And I write them out because I realize that's what also helps me remember as well. Because you're looking at the notes, at my typed notes, and then I'm writing them out as I'm copying them out. I tend to retain the information involved. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm actually getting real sleepy. I'm finding it a little bit hard to concentrate right now, so I'm just gonna stop right now, because the thing is, don't bother studying if you're feeling very sleepy. All your efforts will be in vain. So I'm just gonna sleep right now. It's like 12:12. I wasn't able to accomplish, staying the extra 30 minutes. But I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna pray, then I'm gonna go to bed and start the day. I'm sure you're wondering, why do you have to study all the way up into the night? Because I work as well in the mornings, so I don't have the bit time space that some of my classmates do. So I have to put in the effort during the weekdays as well as the weekends. So something's gotta give, I'm not complaining. Actually, I'm actually enjoying the process, although it can be a little hard. But if you really want to really make it and do very well, something's gotta give, and you've got to. For me, sometimes you have to sacrifice some hours of sleep. You have to do so. That's something you have to do. So I'm off to bed. I'm gonna catch some Z's, and I will see you soon. Look at my eyes, they're so red. Anyways, good night. God loves y'all. Say your prayers before bed, and until next time, people. Also, don't forget to pack your stuff away and stuff. So, see y'all.